Welcome back, everybody. Let's have a talk. It's day 2 of this beautiful saga of us traveling across the country, well, part of the country, and spending as much time on the road as I do and being in this beautiful new hybrid. It really has me wondering why the hell I bought this thing. I understand I needed a family car. I understand people need new cars, but do they have to be new cars? This thing's made of plastic. I hate this thing. I have a nice 2017 F-150. I paid it off a long time ago, and I'm going to drive that thing until the wheels fall off of it. I hate owing money on things. I hate having a car note. I hate having a mortgage. You'll never see me take out a loan on anything except those 2 things, and I wouldn't have car loan if it wasn't for me needing this family car, because mama wasn't feeling safe with a $3,000 hoopty I had picked out for her, so we settled on this thing. But it really does have me asking myself, who's buying all these new cars? Because you go around TikTok and social media right now and you see that people are used to it. The average national car payment right now is over $800 a month. With car insurance on a new car, you're looking at what? An extra $250? So $1,100 a month. That is a mortgage, my friend. That is a mortgage for a car. That's not even an expensive car. That's just an average car. But you go on TikTok, you go on social media, and you see people at dealerships, and let's be honest, car salesmen, not exactly the smartest people on the planet. Good talkers, yeah, but real kind of bottom of the barrel salesmen, yeah, I said it, what's up? But when asked how much they actually pay for their car, what's their monthly payment, and these are people who work at the dealership, you think they get some kind of great deal? They're saying, well, $1,200, $1,500, $2,000 a month. That's insane. You guys don't even make that much in commissions anymore. Everyone knows that the car sales is just plummeting. No one's buying. You have an overflow of stock sitting on all these dealership floors. I mean, listen. They're not worth buying anymore. None of these new cars are worth it. If you're going to get a good sports car, I understand. There's some great stuff out there. You want a huge truck, that's great, but you better be willing to spend like $120,000 on it. Might as well go get a new Corvette. The world is upside down. At what point are trucks the most expensive thing out there? Like I said, with 2017 F-150, it's pretty basic. No bells and whistles. It's not a Raptor. It's nothing like that. Just a basic F-150. Gets me around. I don't get stuck. I got it when I used to be blue collar, but Pop is white collar now. It doesn't need that, so she's a street queen. But still, if I do go get a new car, as I told my wife, it's going to be a 1985 Crown Victoria or a Monte Carlo, because that's how I roll. I like the old stuff. I think that there's style and class in the old cars in a way that there just isn't now. Yeah, you have backup lights, you have airbags, you have seat belts and stuff, you know, things that work. You're not going to die if you get in an accident, but what's the point of being out there in a metal box that's going to rain terror on the rest of the world if you're not willing to risk your life driving it? You have to have those balls. Do I understand the appeal of a smart car? These little tiny cars? Yeah, I do. Gas is expensive. But at the same time, one of the funniest things I heard when I was living in Greece was groups of teens will come by, pick it up, put it on a truck, and steal it. And that's exactly the kind of world I want to live in. Everything's too safe. It's a problem. It's a problem. We need to do away with a lot of the safety because, number one, there's too many people who've been saved by the safety measures that we put in place that shouldn't be here anymore. We've reduced Darwinism to the point that it's really muddied the waters of the genetic pool, and the stupid are thriving while the intelligent aren't having kids. This is literally the premise of idiocracy. Truly it is. I can't watch these videos on YouTube where people are drowning in debt, but they have a brand new car, a 3-bedroom apartment when they're single and all they have is a dog. It makes no sense. I mean, it's just people in America, they make no sense. And I don't know where they get the money from. I know it's just credit card debt. That's what Americans do. That's how we live. But it's not fair because there's so many idiots out there who are living so far beyond their means that you really don't have any pity for anyone. It's kind of like group neglect, right? Like these people have poisoned the well of empathy, because like I said, there's no shame with these people. They just rack up debt, chase a lifestyle, live far beyond their means, while at the same time, there's a huge percent of the population who's struggling to get by. But because these idiots have poisoned the well, you don't have any pity for them because you just assume that they're living beyond their means. But there's always been poor people, and we need to remember that because it's harder to live now than it's been in living memory. And people say, oh, the 70s were hard, the 80s were hard. Sir, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. At least you didn't have the insane social media, a bunch of maniacs running around. Yeah, you had a couple serial killers, but you don't have MS-13. You don't have the crazy gangs we have now. You don't have ICE kicking down doors. You didn't have a police state that recruited heavily from a pool of candidates who spent the past 20 years in war overseas. No, life just wasn't as difficult. Your food wasn't even near as poison. You can still afford to do stuff. You could buy a house. The cars, they actually still last to this day. Right? They're collector's items. I'm sorry, but a 2021 Toyota Corolla isn't exactly going to hold its value 30, 40 years from now. But look at all the cars that came out from the 70s. They're beautiful. Everybody wants them still. I used to have a 69 Mustang. I miss it. I want it. But I'm a family guy now, and apparently I can't have things. But like I said, we're talking about cars today, so let's get back to that. You know, the other thing about cars these days is just people don't even need to know anything about cars. You don't need to know when to do a oil change. You don't need to know when to do a tune-up. Just people don't do these things. I can't tell you how many people who've owned their car for multiple years and have never gotten an oil change at all. Now, thankfully, you don't have to get tune-ups as much because that's expensive. And because people have become such slobs today, when you actually get into your friend's car, what happened? They have to spend 5 minutes moving all the fast food bags out of the way just so you can sit your ass down in that disease-ridden seat. People are gross. But like I said, there's no reason to get a new car today. Go get an old car. Get a hoopty. Get something you don't have to care about. Become a danger on the road because it's so cheap. You don't care if you bash into someone's Tesla. That's what you want. That's what real freedom in America is. But going into debt, $100,000 for a Toyota Corolla doesn't make any sense. Don't do that. These cars aren't even going to last that long. You need to understand, you should always think about the car that you're going to get and can it survive a demolition derby? Because I've had this thing for 24,000 miles and I can already tell that there's going to be some problems up ahead. My Ford, the bare bones model of that thing, I don't have to worry about it at all. And because I'm such a freaking stud on doing my maintenance, that thing's going to run for a long time. But someone deserves to get hit in the face. Whoever has organized this mass movement to make cars so expensive needs to be dealt with. I don't care who it is. They need to be dealt with. I remember over just a couple years, we saw cars, new cars, go from $20,000, $30,000 to like $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. Why? Why? The only option you have now is a lease. And because when you're driving down to the car dealership, it'll be like, oh, $299 a month. It's like, yeah, but how much do I actually need to give you to get into that seat? Because if I got to pay you $5 or $6 grand to get in the seat of a Mazda Miata, guess what? You ain't getting it. It doesn't make any sense. None of this makes any sense. Don't buy new cars. This is the best financial advice that I could possibly give to you as a financial professional, not to buy a new car. Don't do it. Just don't buy a new car. Get something old. Get something that will last the test of time, right? Get a 1978 Cadillac Eldorado. Get that. I'd rather go back in time and get an AMC Javelin, a Pinto, or a Gremlin over the new cars that they have today. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the cars today are just so amazing. Yeah, there's, like I said, there's GPS, there's backup cameras, you know, there's sensors that you don't actually need to be a good driver, have any awareness of what's happening around you. You know, you can go ahead and text people on your phone while you're driving with your 3 kids in your car. You're all hopped up on Xannies and you just got back from Starbucks. But I mean, hey, this is the world we live in now. It's gross. Well, everybody, if you're still here at this point, like and subscribe, thinking about becoming a member. We appreciate all the support that we get from you guys. You know, we're day 2 here in the saga of our little road trip across the country. And we're in Salisbury, Maryland today. And this is a place I used to live. The Eastern Shore of Maryland is a very underappreciated part of the country. And I highly recommend that you come travel here. Salisbury is beautiful. The south side of Salisbury, the north side's an absolute ghetto. Stay out of it. But the area around it, I mean, Ocean City, you know, but Assateague Island, you know, the horses on the beach, we're going to go there today and get some footage. There's just a bunch of places here that are absolutely beautiful. We talk about the negativity on this channel a lot. Yeah, I understand. But it's not always like that. Not really. I love natural beauty. I grew up absolutely poor. Dirt poor. So free things, right? Free things I have a deep appreciation of. And usually that's probably why I have such an appreciation for natural beauty and getting out there. And I invite you guys, just after work, go outside, get some fresh air, find a place to walk, and just have it be your place that you walk at. If you have a dog, you know, put it in their routine as well, because it makes life a lot more rewarding. And if you can come out here to the Eastern Shore, go to Rise Up Coffee in the morning, because the coffee there is outstanding. Get some hot crab dip. Hate on the Baltimore Ravens, because this is Baltimore Raven country. And the saddest thing that I ever heard in my life was somebody bragging that they had the longest winning streak in preseason games. That's gross. But come to the Eastern Shore. It's absolutely beautiful. You can see some rockets take off from Wallops NASA base. It's great. But everybody, as always, thanks for stopping by.